Hello everybody and welcome to Game 2 of our third place playoffs for the Qualification Round 1 of Ultimate Team Tournament 2. We have here, after taking yet another close game battering, DevM playing as the Soviets, Lovenest playing as the UKF.
And Grey Shaw in the north covering Brozraz as the Austere, and Artovik going as the OKW, which already picked a commander. Elite Armor Doctrine, very interesting choice. Brozraz has yet to pick. What have the Allies picked for their commanders?
Yep, Allies also making a pick straight away. Going to go with Royal Artillery Regiment. No surprise there for UKF really. And DevM Mechanized Support Tactics. We saw them play this strategy earlier. And as with every game that we've seen of Lovenest and DevM today, they nearly won with it. We're really hoping to see big things in this game because they absolutely deserve a win today. They just haven't been able to scrape it.
No, not yet. And again, both of the picks they've chosen are very powerful later on, but we'll see how things go early on. Hopefully they can keep... hopefully maybe Brozraz can pick something up to kind of help alleviate that. Although, what's the chances of seeing another elephant? Who knows?
Well, start the game, first engagement. Stern Pioneers managed to come from the road down through the castle. They're going to chase Lovenest away from the fuel. And that early fuel for Allies is crucial, but it looks like Axis may get double fuel at the start of the game.
Which would be extremely helpful to getting some light armor to combat a lot of British and Soviet forces. Again, so far we're not seeing that same light vehicle approach, though, that the Allies deployed previously. Looks like Lovenest and DevM are going with a frontline force of infantry section and conscripts maneuvering around, all the way to the left-hand VP, holding off Pioneers charging the hill. But an MG will suppress them, allowing the Pioneers to get in close and personal and force the conscripts to retreat.
Really good start of the game for Axis. Brozraz and Artovik just pulling no punches right from the offset. They are charged by their first game against DevM and Lovenest, and they're just willing to keep battering these already battered contestants. DevM here is going to try and get some conscripts around the back of the MG42, but again, just so well covered by Brozraz with his grenadiers. Only 3 minutes into the game, you know, and there's already there's already really good plays.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And right now, forced the conscripts to retreat. MG didn't retreat, just repositioned itself to be in a better spot. And yeah, they'll continue their advance, hopefully grabbing these capture points. Meanwhile, the Brits, after focusing the one Volk squad, slowly trying to retake Castle. Although actually, 2 squads are moving out, maybe going for mid. Yeah, looks like they're going straight for that Volk squad, placing cover. Supported by conscripts, they should be able to take him out. Unless something else comes in to support.
Should be pretty easy, but I'm sure the MG42 is around, and there it is, going to be capping a strategic point. Not really needed in the center yet. But Axis, it's just, it's very much under control. They're still attempting to take the fuel point there. There is a Vickers machine gun, but Volk's Grenadiers managed to get into a cover position quite early, so they're not going to take the suppression. And they're in a position where they're just so easily flanked by Artovik with his Stern Pioneers. Axis look like they're going to get double fuel again.
Again, double fuel really helps you pump out that stuff and really up tech for the Germans. So, let's see. So far, we haven't seen actually a building go down for the OKW or Artovik's forces yet. We do have the light mechanized company being made by Brozraz, so maybe a 222 being deployed or a half track. At the very least, we're seeing just a lot of frontline combat units. No mortars, no snipers. This is just a full-on brawl with the combat forces for each of these factions.
That's what we like to see. Artovik. Early minesweepers on the Stern Pioneers, really good. And one thing you can always tell with when someone upgrades to minesweepers, it's normally a call they're going to be laying mines themselves, which is exactly what Artovik is doing. And getting it on a really good position here. And absolutely sure that's going to stop infantry from trying to flank units that are retreating.
No, definitely. Okay, nice position. The Vickers suppresses the Volk squad. forcing them back. We do have some forces in the castle positioning themselves to hold it. And again, the longer the Germans hold it, the better it is for them to get those resources. Storm Pioneers removing their minesweepers, going on against those Royal Engineers, which we see 5 men, so they've already upgraded to the 5-man squads. Very costly, but seems to be paying off for at least some of the British infantry section. Royal Engineers do fall back.
Oh, it's just so strong from Artvik. He's just got total control over the fuel sector over there. And now with the scout car on the field, of course, for a long time now we've seen the Axis already on plus 33 fuel income, plus 42 on the munitions. So they're getting a load of resources in right now. And, you know, once you have a lot more to play with, you're already playing well against your opponent. Now they're going to be able to bring in some more powerful units and vehicles. And it's already looking pretty grim, I'd say.
Yeah, 222 laying down that pressure, pushing the infantry section back. They have no AT to really deal with it. Same thing with DevM. He has yet to get an AT gun. This is conscripts have 8 grenades. They do not. So right now, that 222 is really nothing to worry about right now. I could just keep firing shells at range. Enough bullets will bring it down for sure, but not much really of an immediate threat he has to deal with. Meanwhile, it can help out this Volk squad and try to hold mid with Incendiary going down, try to keep the conscripts and push them out of their cover. But an engineer squad, the flamethrower, does force him to pull back.
We're seeing Devon try to see if he can get a flank on the MG42 there. He's not able to and is going to take suppression. Meanwhile, Artvik trying to battle it out with Love Nest for the fuel on the right-hand side, which is slowly, it looks, coming under control for Allies again.
Yep. British using everything they can to take the weight. Okay. I got worried for a second. I thought he was going to hit the mine. But no, definitely holding that position, trying his best. And meanwhile has minesweepers of his own, try to clear up the castle mines scattered all about. And Love Nest finally getting something to deal with that 222. We have an AC in development.
Yep, but it's going to be up against a Puma from Artvik.
Never seen that before, but the one thing this Puma does have that previous Pumas have not had the capability to use is once he gets 7 command points, it will activate those heat rounds, which will make it viable against some thicker armored opponents.
I don't think they're worried about that. They'll have tigers and elephants out at the rate of resources that they've been claiming so far by that time. Very, very late retreat on the Volksgrenadiers. The infantry section there, Tommies didn't actually target it. And they're going to have to retreat. Narrowly missing the shoe mines that we saw planted at the start of the game. It looks like Allies are getting a bit of a grip. You know, they've played carefully, they've played sensibly, so you know, hopefully the VP loss will be the only real loss from the start of the game.
Yeah, that's actually the one thing, that because they have so many frontline combat units, like example, conscripts, they're able to spread out very quickly. Even if they're pushed back, they still have so many men going all different directions. It's hard for Brolstras and Artvik just to contain that, even with their own men.
Shoe mine, by the way, did get spotted by the British sappers, so they do now know that's there.
Yep, right now, conscripts grabbing mid, stopping, well, yeah, stopping a bleed. Actually, they're all the way on the left-hand side as well, so yeah, he really pushed forward. T-70 is now in development. Volk squad forcing the MG to pull on back, and Puma is firing some pop shots at the AEC on the far right-hand corner. Has to watch out for those mines, but he has a minesweeper right next to him, so he has a good support unit there, so he doesn't walk in any traps.
Yeah, really, really good scouting. Artvik's been really on point with that decision right from the start. AEC needs to be careful. Puma isn't going to push because still risky. He already knows that some mines have been planted. And they're a bit more focused on the VP on the right. But let's have a look on the left-hand side because it's pretty heated over here at the moment as DevM is trying to get control of the left VP.
Yeah, his Grenadiers have moved to cover, but the Engineers are not letting him have a moment to reprieve. They're pushing up with the flamethrower unit, burning him out of that heavier position he's in. Conscripts as well, letting him have it, but out in the middle of the roads, they don't have cover themselves. And that 222 is still firing long-range shots. Conscripts repositioning, but not retreating just yet. Oh, T-70 is now in mid. Puma's still in a great position if he wants to move over to try and deal with that. But right now, the biggest issue in the castle is all this infantry section just holding the line, just trying to hold on to this vital fuel source for the to keep them in the game.
This is interesting. T-70 is looking pretty active here. Is it going to try and go for the few shots on the Puma?
Conscripts do have AT grenades. If they pin it, wouldn't it be a far of a stretch if the T-70 used its speed to just go around the Puma and try to wear it down over time? Risky, but
certainly possible.
Oh, we do have an AT snare on this 222, but it does have a PaK-40 and an MG relatively in the same area to guard it.
This is such a shame. The AEC and a Valentine, which has just come on the field, were looking to charge up the right-hand side, but the shoe mine from the start of the game just detonated on the AEC, so Lovenest, who was trying to make a bit of a play there, unfortunately just countered by that mine, and I think he's going to be upset about that, actually, because that probably would have been the key to taking down the Puma.
No, absolutely. If again, Puma kill would be huge because that will allow the allied tanks to just reign supreme, but no, it's still viable. And heck, it's right now, even though the infantry section can't really do much to it, and now focusing on them. Valentine does get a nice shot on the Puma. Volk squad pushing back that MG as well. Oh god, what's its name? Maxim. I couldn't think of the name for whatever reason. Bit of a blank right there, but
we're tired. Think about how tired these players are after having played through the semis already, and now in the third place games and having hour-long matches. Absolutely can't blame them, or I think us, for being a little bit tired through this.
No, absolutely. Valentine in a sticky situation. Puma's on its tail. Volk squads were trying to get close in enough to fire a Panzerfaust on it. Puma's not able to finish it though, neither are the Volks. But AEC actually came on in to try and deflect Puma in case he did try to dive. Yeah, and right now, I don't think I mentioned this, but there is a sniper in mid. Brosras did deploy a sniper. I don't think we have a sniper on the Allied side yet, but they do have one for the Wehrmacht. Oh, maybe the Allies
kind
realize.
of suggests that he might be going for the Elephant, but he hasn't picked the Commander yet. Maybe because there's just no need. But
you say it, and it comes to pass.
Right. There we go.
The caster curse. Say something. Oh, I guess it's not going to happen. Immediately happens. But nice position on the Ziz-3, getting a good shot on the Puma, forcing it back, allowing for the Allies to hold that capture point. Though 222 coming in from behind the AT gun, trying to push it away. Although it turns around, fires right back at the 222. Although one quick note, conscripts actually taking over a huge portion of the left-hand side, decapping the Axis fuel. And right now, because of the Allies pushing so vehemently against the Axis, they managed to get the capture point that is cutting off their resources. So right now, Brosras and Artevik not getting a lot in the bank.
Pretty lucky retreat for Artevik here, trying to pull some Volksgrenadiers off the right-hand side. And,
no, definitely barely manages to live with that T-70 right on its heels. But Puma trying to come in to make sure they didn't chase.
It's interesting. It's very rare you get to see like the fuel on the left-hand side of the map in the hands of the south players, and the fuel on the right in the hands of the northern players. It's goes to show like everybody's kind of overextended right now. Everyone's trying to like get past the front lines. They're trying to get sneaky kills. There's grenades. There's mines everywhere.
VPs are super close. Right now, both players have a good amount of armor and infantry on the field. Even their populations are very, very similar. So yeah, it's neck and neck. With right now, both sides looking for a decisive play or maneuver to kind of tip the scale in balance. And right now, the big battle's going on in mid with 222 and a sniper trying to keep the conscripts at bay. Grenadier had to fall back. There is an MG, but it's repositioning right now. Conscripts going around the building to try to get flank that MG. Right now, there's no support coming in from Artevik, so they are just going to keep pressing it. I think it's going to have to retreat. 222's inbound with Grenadiers, try to keep that conscript at bay. MG getting lower by the second. Down to one model. Risky maneuver to keep it on the front. T70 might try to finish it off. No, Puma's coming in. He's going to back off.
That's good. Actually,
Yeah,
it looks like Devem and Lovenest are finally starting to coordinate a little bit because they've got the T70 and the AEC. We saw it with the Valentine earlier where he was like trying to make that run onto the right-hand side, but actually in this game especially, they seem to be kind of attacking together. They seem to be attacking like different angles at the same time. The communication is there. And, you know, even with the start that they had, there's still only one VP between the Axis and Allies. In fact, they're dead even VPs at the moment. And they're doing fine.
No, they're doing great, both sides. Again, also, Loveness upgrading all of his infantry section with Brens to make them even deadlier on the field. Devem, again, still has a lot of conscripts on the field, doing very well keeping them alive. Brozraz, same thing with Grenadiers and his Sniper, up to 15 kills. Artivik as well. A lot of vet. We have a vet 4 bulk squad on the field. Again, everyone's doing everything they possibly can to keep this as competitive as possible and as close as possible, even as the Allies gain a little more territory on the left and right-hand sides, respectively. But that being said, it might be short-lived. Sniper, Grenadiers are on standby, wearing down Soviets slowly.
Your forces have constructed
15 kills at the moment, so 1 per minute, which is really good.
Sniper back to work.
I was wondering how long it would take for the mines in the center to get unearthed, but Artiviks managed to do it and actually blowing up some of the Stern Pioneers as they were trying to defuse the mine, sweep the mine rather.
Yep. But again, good shot on that. Almost gets the unit taken out, but not the case. Pac 40 got a nice shot on the T70 to keep it back. Right now, we got Volks, NG, and a Puma being hit by a 6-pounder, keeping it away. Again, the Puma wants to make these big plays, but always it runs into an allied AT gun. Good job there. All right, Valentine and AC though, ready and waiting together to pull back Artific's men. He is getting it for Kenripper right now, but at the moment, I don't think he's going to be able to really dislodge the AC or Valentine too much.
Artillery can be targeted on enemy
Lumbar's just come on the field for Blozras, actually, so tier 4 for Austere in the base. And that should keep everyone happy until perhaps the Elephant comes for the later game units. I think it's a sensible decision to bring out the Brumbear now. It can take a bit of a pounding from the front and allow the infantry a bit of breathing space, but also just being so good against the infantry, which Lovenest is now invested in with the Bren upgrades.
Yeah, right now it would definitely help out Frostras if he can try to remove Lovenest and Devem's frontline forces from capturing those points, and make it harder for them to move. Brumbar is a good decision there, but T-34 being deployed by Devem. So make it, again, just equally so. If he tries to dive it, he has to make sure he has something to protect it. Oh my god, Puma incredibly low on health. Looks like he was trying to push right and wasn't able to succeed.
They've really got to get this AT gun back because UKF AT gun just got recruited by the OKW faction in the north, and they don't want to give them AT guns like that.
Smoke being dropped, yeah, by the Valentine. Kind of cover themselves from the OKW's AT on the field. Puma though getting great shots on the AEC, bring it down to very low health. Can't wait for them pulling on back as the British try to take back their 6-pounder. Meanwhile, they are taking mid, although Devem's taking left. So good, the British got their AT gun back, unless the Brumbar wants to move in and maybe stop it.
I don't think they're going to get it back.
Oh no! I didn't even realize all the quads coming in.
They tried. They definitely tried. Look at this swarm coming out of Devem's base.
No, great again. Great capture. Always good to steal the enemy AT, no matter what it is. Anyway, so let's see right now. Actually, the Allies' armor is currently in desperate need for repairs. I think right now. Hold on, let me confirm. Yeah, right now the only armor unit that has been unaffected right now, combat worthy, is the T-70. Oh, but massive grouping of conscripts pushing into the battle. Brumbar has been hit by something, causing his engine to go.
There's just nothing really to deal with it. Love Nest has brought out a Centaur, so that's not going to be the answer to the Brumbar for the moment.
No, the Soviets have something to deal with it. It's just many conscripts just throwing themselves at the Brumbar. Not necessarily effective, but you know, the Soviet way. Throw men at the problem.
I'm actually
I say that
really impressed because we've got a lot of units on the field that have not died in this game so far. So there's a lot of veterancy on every single one of the players, and you know, squad wipes here are just going to be a key thing in starting to tip the opponent over. This time Brosras and Artovik are the ones who are starting to drop the VPs first, as Devem and Lovenest just play much more solidly in this game. They've got a much better build. They're fully equipped. They've been able to spend their resources on their units the way that they wanted to, I imagine. And I think we're just seeing maybe now the players start to build up their munitions so that they can start using those late game abilities to break through the front lines.
Yeah, no, definitely. Actually, I just checked. The only unit that has died is one infantry section for frontline base, like in between conscripts and folks and normal grenadiers. So yeah, really great job on that preservation. But yeah, eventually something will have to give. Right now, T-70 getting some great shots on the Volks in mid. Brumbar coming in to actually hit the T-70. Gets a great shot, bringing it down to very low health. Might try to go for a second shot. No, it's not going to be able to, but we do have double packs along the lines with Sniper providing recon. So we can see some big moves being done. Panzer IV hitting the castle region, trying to stop the British infantry from building more cover.
By the way, Brosras and Artovik, I think they've seen a moment to strike. They're starting to move their forces across the center of the map. Panzerwerfer coming in, tried to get on top of the T-70 repairs, and they've pulled up 2 AT guns, the MG, the sight from the Sniper, which just dies to the T-70. So a bit of a loss there for Brosras.
Pack guns were backing it up, so Sniper died to try and make sure that T-70 died. Don't know on that exchange, but right now, big push against the Brits on right as well. Panzer IV along with some AT are hitting the AC and Centaur, very low on health. So again, luckily Devem coming in to help his ally, bringing in his own AT guns. That will open the door for the Brumbar in mid.
It's actually
one AT gun.
Such a strong push. Where is the Stuka here?
Oh, this could be deadly. Hold on.
No, Stuka was on the AT gun, didn't actually kill anything. But just check out Brosras. He's moving forward with the Brumbar, heavily supported. They picked a really good moment before the Allies had got to full strength, and now they're just tearing through Devem and Lovenest's army. And fortunately, we still haven't seen any of those squad wipes, so it's just a matter of losing territory for the moment, but it's very, very fragile.
They did kill the support equipment that was on the front, and Brumbar did take a few hits though and has to pull back. But he does manage to get back. We still have some German defenses like the MG, although with its position with the house, yeah, he's going to have to pull back because they can easily just swarm around it without him being able to really fire a burst. Don't know what the Valentine was doing. He was trying to be sneaky along the right-hand side, but the 6-pounder, Artovik stole, got it a couple times and forced it back.
Triple cap, by the way. Brosras and Artovik not happy about being down on the VPs. It's got to be the focal point for Lovenest and Devem.
No, they're definitely not. Again, luckily Devem and them still have plenty of infantry to combat and try to keep the Germans at bay just because of the amount they have. They can kind of hit everywhere at once, which they're doing. They have troops on the right trying to go for the VP. They have troops on the left grabbing the munitions. They have troops in mid capturing the middle VP. Meanwhile, the Centaur going against the Panzer IV question mark?
Just for a recon, I imagine.
Not a bad idea.
Perimeter Overwatch available, and I wonder if they might try to flick it on in the next engagement. They haven't got really so much territory that it's ultimately, you know, effective, but it might just stop the push from Artovik for a while whilst they kind of get themselves together again.
Yeah. Okay, so if I have to make an assumption, Devem is saving up for an ISU 152, but At the same time, we have Bralzraz. He's not. Oh, nice kill on the Valentine. They're not saving up. The Elephant is nowhere near close to being deployed. Artivik's a little more of a mixed bag. I have no idea what he could be deploying. But good job by Artivik capturing the castle area and grabbing that fuel. And choking the allies of their resources. And hopefully keeping them outside the high walls.
He's had an amazing game there so far. It's been really dominant. He's been using all of the kind of sight lines and everything to just spring all these like small flanks, these very like close range flanks. You know, there's been battles with the Puma and the Valentine, and the Puma's done so well because it's just maneuvering, you know, around all these corridors to try and hit the Valentine, and whilst that's supporting all the infantry, and it's Vet 4 at the moment. I mean, had an amazing game on that front. Allies right now, they're just forced to double up on the right-hand side to try and get the VP back under control.
Wait a second, Panzerwerfer firing. Where's it going to hit? Right on all those AT guns. Getting a good hit there, but Volk Squad's being hit by all that armor as well. Trying to get Stuka Bomb inbound.
Oh man, that is so much artillery. Stuka comes down with the Panzer IV. In fact, are there 2 Panzer IVs? Yes, there are.
Yeah, you know what? It worked. A lot of the AT guns and infantry died in the castle from the Stukas and Panzerwerfers. And now Brumbar coming in from behind, along with a lot of armor, trying to encircle the allies in the castle. This could become their graveyard if they don't get out of here soon.
And that VP on the right, this is the VP they're desperate for. They seem to have lost complete control over the VPs right now, and so they're trying to flank around the MG34. Looks like they've got a good position, but then they're going to have to deal with the Panzer IV, of which currently you've got a T-34. It's just occupied with Volksgrenadier infantry, and all the while, you have a look at the map right now, Axis have just taken huge swathes of the map. Everything's becoming red.
Yeah, no, you know what? If this game does continue, I think Artivik is saving up for a King Tiger, because otherwise he would have gotten a Panther or a Storm Tiger by now.
Oh, that's a huge hit from the IL-2 precision strike. 2 AT guns knocked destroyed there.
Nice hit. All right, that's a nice. That's what they need right now. Oh, AC diving, Panzerwerfer, and actually going after the second one as well. Just when he thought that it looked bad, the Allies, Axis, losing all their. Oh wait, just barely survives by the Puma coming in for the save. But still, that's gonna hurt.
Super unfortunate. I mean, let's be fair, Axis have actually lost quite a lot in these pushes.
They have. They're actually lower in population right now, but they do have a lot more. They do have a good chunk in the bank right now if they want to place more men. Although, right now, coming onto the field, the one, the only ISU 152 is deployed. Now already firing its first salvo at a Grenadier squad just outside the base.
Oh, this is, it's kind of hard to watch, but, you know, Allies really, really in a difficult situation. Now, this series, by the way, is a best of 3. Lovenest and DevM are already 1 down. So, of course, losing this would mean that they are still through to the main event. We'll be taking the lower seed. There is still a lot to fight for.
No, absolutely. They're using their men. They're barely holding the southern part castle and holding that fuel. Right now we have a Cromwell coming on against those Volk squads. But again, we have a Vet 5 Puma coming on into support, try to push back that Cromwell.
Here's perimeter overwatch. I was wondering, you know, was he waiting for so much territory that perimeter overwatch would be great? I'm just thinking, when you're getting pushed now, might be time to flick the switch, and here we go. So perimeter overwatch might be helpful whilst they get the ISU into a good position and figure themselves a bit. Oh, there's a wipe on the right-hand side. Volksgrenadiers for Artivik.
And actually, Artivik down to Volk squad. He's lost quite a bit in trying to take this castle. Meanwhile, and DevM is pushing in mid. Brumbar by Bralzraz, I love it, firing over the house at the conscript. ISU 152 is not having it, going forward. The AT gun supporting it to push back the Brumbar.
Artivik, by the way, has just brought in the King Tiger, so King Tiger's now in the field. It's going to be fairly slow, but absolute behemoth of a unit.
And you know what? If Brawlstraz can save up a little more, he'll probably deploy an Elephant very soon. So we saw the Tiger and Elephant didn't have a great effect. Will a King Tiger and Elephant have even a greater effect on the battlefield? Well, they also
I want to see
by
the Tiger's first shot in here. As it kind of bursts up through the castle scenically.
Again, that's something the Allies will have to contend with in some way, shape, or form. And
Well,
that
they've managed to just get
Overwatch-
double fuel, so hopefully they can start bringing out some anti-tank.
Yeah, the biggest wild card I see on the field right now is that Vet 5 Puma. If it can use heat rounds and use its speed, they could maybe try to get around or try to like encircle some of the Allied forces. And right now they have a good position to like start off from. I don't see any mines around the back corners. It could sneak around, especially if the Allies start trying to deploy massive amounts of artillery. It looks like they don't need it. ICO-52 just pushing up the gut.
You know, the engagement on the right-hand side of the map on the VP has not changed all game. It's the same MG34, the same Panzer IV, and it has not been dealt with, you know, for like 15 minutes now. It must be so frustrating for Lovenest. Lovenest a bit more keen on defending the VP on the left-hand side because Allies currently sitting on 2 held VPs, and I think that's got to be the strategy for now. Oh my god, huge hit from the Brumbear. It's going to force retreat on 2 conscript squads.
Up, ICO-52 and King Tiger duking out at the center VP point. 6-pounder trying to come in. Actually, King Tiger using a heat round. Getting a good shot on the ICO-52, forcing it back. And now focusing its efforts on the 6-pounder.
Wow, I don't know that I've ever actually seen heat rounds on the King Tiger before.
Wait. We have a special shot going in from the Puma. Oh, actually gets a good hit. ICO-52 super low on health. Puma. Oh no, it's too low. Pull back, Puma. No! That 5 Puma down for the count, but the King still trying to advance. He does have Panzer Commander. He's calling in the artillery. Might be able to neutralize some of these AT guns. They're not moving.
Wow, it's really smart play actually. And low health now on the AT gun. The Volksgrenadiers just finished that up really easily. Brumbear is just able to deal with the T-34 because of the armor it's got. The armor skirts, of course, from Veteran C2. Now we're looking at a Stuka dive bomb. Where is this going to be?
Right behind the ICO-52 maybe?
Oh, it takes the T-34 down. That is brutal. And the King Tiger now, it's just a slow roll into the base. We might be looking at the final moments of Lovenest and Devon in qualification round 1.
Maybe not. Firefly deploying along the right-hand side is going to try to like get behind the King. Maybe? I don't know. He's looking off into the distance. There is a Verkenwerfer there. They could try to hit that Firefly, but yeah, King right outside the base. Not something you want to see right outside your front door.
Looking at the Panzerwerfer, which nearly... Oh, it does! It wipes 2 squads of Tommies from Lovenest.
Oh my god.
That is huge. Oh, and that's really, really unfortunate. Lovenest is going to be in a really bad position now. It's 50 points remaining.
Yeah. Right now it's just a countdown clock for the Allies. They still have some good units, but they're losing a lot, and if they need to make a critical play very soon. Luckily, that Panzer IV that's been causing so much grief has been forced away from that right VP, which should allow these conscripts the ability to capture the point. Problem is they need one more, and there's an Elephant guarding the one in mid, and there's there's a Grenadier squad blocking the pathway to the one on the left.
I don't know they're going to be able to do it. We're probably looking at a few minutes left of the game with a double VP cap for Axis. They're going to have one shot at this, and DevM approaches the Elephant.
say that, but the Soviets do not understand. They're charging forward with a last attempt for victory. Brumbar trying to hit the infantry with a Verkanweaver coming onto the point to stop the decap from occurring. IC-152 taking too many hits though from the Elephant, forcing it to pull back.
Oh.
And the Verkanweaver, of all things, holds the VP while the Brumbar finishes off the infantry.
Devem, though, is going to go for the VP on the left-hand side, and looks like he is going to be able to take that relatively free, apart from the Panzerwerfer, which I think is coming on there now. Gives the suppression, it wipes the squad! Lovenest and Devem, they go out with an absolute bang. They will be through to the main event, but it is GG, Brosras and Artivik.